There were only two students in my class who had attended Vanlin Prep from kindergarten through 12th grade, me and Shayla Warren. Her and I had gone through at least 4 separate relationship phases since we met back as 5-year-olds. Shayla was my first girlfriend when we were in 2nd grade. That lasted about a week. I tried asking her out seriously somewhere around 9th or 10th grade, but she said we had been good friends for too long by then. It would have been too weird. Right before we graduated, her father needed open heart surgery. Shayla was a nervous wreck. For reasons she never shared, her dad's condition caused deeper tensions between her and her mother. As a result, she started spending less time at home and more nights crashing over friends' houses. In her freshman year at university, Shayla met Robbie. The two started dating even though none of Shayla's girlfriends liked the guy. They would tell me that Robbie was antisocial and never went anywhere when invited. And they said he was turning Shayla into a different person. She was starting to cancel whenever her and her friends made plans. She was drinking much more often. And she had all of a sudden found a big fascination with studying the occult. Shayla and I found ourselves gradually going from talking daily for decades to not speaking for over a year. Then walking my dog through the park trail not long ago, I saw her sitting on a bench. She looked sad when I first laid eyes on her, but she perked up when she saw me. Shayla invited me out for lunch to catch up. She told me how much she missed me and even apologized for not reaching out. When I asked her what she'd been up to, her response was recovery. I then asked about Robbie. She told me he had gone crazy. Figuring she was being euphemistic, I laughed and suggested she's the one who drove him there. Shayla didn't find it funny. She got quiet. It took a few minutes for her to calm down and tell me what was bothering her. Robbie wasn't the problem. Shayla's heavy drinking had started with his father's diagnosis. She was just good at hiding it for years. Her canceling plans with her friends was due to that same issue. She was often too sleepy, sick, or intoxicated to still want to hang out. Robbie was actually unaware how deep Shayla's obsession with witchcraft had become. She said she was living a double life, and she was the only person she had let into the secret part of it. One night, Robbie wanted to go see a movie with a few of his friends. Shayla told him she was feeling bad premonitions about him going and didn't want him to. She suggested the two of them go out together instead. The two of them went to a bar Robbie had never been to. At some point in the night, someone apparently drugged Robbie's drink. He was found passed out in a bathroom stall. Wallet, cash, jewelry, all of his valuables were gone. They took his car keys and his card too. Robbie stayed in the hospital for days. When he finally came home, he was never the same. He would no longer respond to his name. He babbled on about things that didn't make sense, and he had even started going to the bathroom on himself. His mind had gone somewhere else. Shayla blamed herself. Last she had heard, Robbie's family sent him to live with relatives out of state, and they didn't want any further communication with her. They blamed her too. Shayla said the whole situation took a lot out of her. As a result, she quit drinking and performing her rituals. However, she said that she still received her visions. Before we left the restaurant, Shayla asked me if she was getting a second date from me. I didn't know how to respond. I was a bit perplexed about everything I had heard, but she was also a person I had cared about for as long as I could remember. Being newly single myself, I told her I would think about it. When I left my house and walked to my truck the next morning, there was an envelope tucked under my windshield wiper. I lifted its flap and removed the contents. There was a picture of Shayla and Robbie eating at the same restaurant her and I had the day before. There was also a short memo included. It was typed out onto a thin strip of paper. Don't be next. That was a few days ago. She hasn't stopped calling me since. I haven't answered.